Hey everyone, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and welcome back to another cryptocurrency video. And today we have some huge Bitcoin news to talk about because for the second time in the history of Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance has hit 40%. Now, that might not sound like it's a big deal, but you have to recognize that the only other time in the history of Bitcoin when Bitcoin dominance hit 40%, it was when Bitcoin topped out in January of 2018 when it went from just a couple of $100s up to $20,000 and then from $20,000 down to $3,000 afterwards. So this could be one of the biggest warning signs that the top is in for Bitcoin, and that's exactly what I want to talk about today. Is this the top? Was 65K the top, and is maybe 52,000 the current top of Bitcoin the maximum that we're going to be able to reach before we see some sort of retracement of any sort? So if that sounds interesting at all, again, make sure you stick around for the entire length of this video, as there will be a lot of information discussed the entire way through. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to smack the subscribe button. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of this year, but let's cut to it. Let's take a look at this. Now, what we see right here and right now is the 5-year chart for Bitcoin, showing the last time that Bitcoin dominance was this low was all the way back in January of 2018. And if we flip over to a chart, I'm going to have to switch us over to probably a 3-day to look at this. But taking a quick look at where we're at right now, in January of 2018, although it was lower in price, it was the same sort of parabolic run-up because Bitcoin saw a tremendous run-up over here, and then it saw quite the volatile downside. Now, following this, Bitcoin dipped a lot, right? I mean, it dipped all the way, if we want to measure this out, from nearly $20,000, wicked all the way down to, where was this? Like $10,000, fell almost 50%, and then bounced significantly afterwards. In fact, if we want to measure that one out, Bitcoin following this bounced 65% to the upside, or nearly 65%. So is this where we're at right now in the current state of this Bitcoin bull run that we've been experiencing for the past year? I think that there's a couple of arguments that people are making. Obviously, there's going to be the argument that this is just plain and simple a copy of what we saw in 2018. We saw the parabolic run-up. We saw the Bitcoin dominance reach this level. We saw the dip, the bounce, and now we're at the maximum height of it, and Bitcoin is getting ready to tank. And I would actually counter-oppose this argument and be against this argument because I think that with all this happening, the space from where we're at right now, and again, I want to zoom out just a little bit, the space and where we are at right now is so much different than where Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole was at back in 2018. For anyone that remembers crypto of 2017, 2018, it was a completely different space. And I want to go back to our Bitcoin dominance chart, but what I want to show here is how much time has happened from point A all the way to point B over here. And it's a lot, right? We have all of 2018, all of 2019, all of 2020, and almost all of 2021. I mean, this is almost a 4-year period, an entire halving in terms of Bitcoin's lifespan that has allowed for a lot of growth to happen, not only in Bitcoin and the way that it's transaction and treated and regulated, but also in a lot of these altcoins. Because here we have listed, again, Ethereum at 20, Tether at 2.8, Binance Coin at a whopping 3.5, which is one of the highest areas that it has ever been. Same with Cardano and XRP and Doge. But putting those aside for the time being, what this means is that the space has grown. You have to remember how much DeFi and smart contracts and decentralized applications and the popularization of NFTs have, and you could even say even decentralized exchanges. The crypto space has been changed forever, and so much has happened. So there was decentralized applications, and I want to highlight this. There was decentralized applications happening on Bitcoin back in 2018, but it was really just on Ethereum for the most part. You maybe had a little bit of EOS and stuff, but for the most part, it was just Ethereum, and they were the leader of smart contracts and decentralized applications. And I believe CryptoKitties was around back then, and that was the only real form of NFTs. Now NFTs are obviously just evolving into their own entire industry, but then we also had the popularization of DeFi coming up, and just a whole nother, I guess, finance sector that has been added into cryptocurrency. So moving us back over here, we can see that while this is scary to see that Bitcoin hit the Bitcoin dominance of 40% back in 2018, and then following this we saw just a massive tank in Bitcoin. I don't think that has to necessarily be the case over here. Obviously, we can see that people are still comfortable buying cryptocurrency at these levels, even on the dips. And if they were not comfortable buying Bitcoin at this level, then it would not be pumping after a consolidation period and a dip. So not only did Bitcoin come up over here, it consolidated, dipped several times, every single time very strong buyers coming in here, and people are this is a sign that people are comfortable. If people are not comfortable with the price of Bitcoin, it will fall, and if people think that it is undervalued, it will rise. So what this is showing me is that people are not only comfortable buying here, but they're comfortable buying even higher than this, and this is why the price is rising. So again, I still have my price prediction from the previous videos. I am still believing that I really don't see anything stopping Bitcoin from, number one, hitting that like $53,000 $53,500 price target of the Heartline, but ultimately going back up to like 56, 57,000. I don't think it's out of the picture, and Bitcoin is still looking very bullish. And just because we saw Bitcoin dominance again reach a historic low, I think that goes to a testament of how far altcoins have come from 2017 all the way to 2021. The technology behind them has grown, the business has grown, and the entire just space as a whole and really in its entirety has come a long way in the past 4 to 5 years. So that's where I'm kind of viewing Bitcoin at this point. I don't think that this has to be the top for Bitcoin. Again, this is a pretty cool indication, and it's pretty cool to look at this and say, all right, well, this is scary, because for the first time, or really for the first time since 2018, we haven't seen Bitcoin lose this much of its dominance. So it kind of begs the question, is this trend going to continue, and is Bitcoin going to continue to lose dominance as altcoins technology increases and their use cases increases, or is this just a glimpse and kind of a blimp on the radar for Bitcoin, and it's immediately going to start going back up? We're going to start seeing 50, 60, 70% dominance from Bitcoin once again, and maybe it's just kind of a hype or a fad from a lot of these altcoins. Again, there's a million controversial opinions out there, but I'm interested to see what all of you think. Do you think that Bitcoin's just old news, and that its dominance will continue to drop to new record lows, or do you think that this is kind of the bottom for Bitcoin's Bitcoin dominance? Do you think that it will continue to go up here? And what that would probably look like is money would bleed out of the altcoins and into Bitcoin. So if you think that, let me know in the comment section down below. Again, I would love to know all of your opinions on this, where you stand. Maybe you think that Bitcoin's outdated. Maybe you think that the altcoins are the new way of the future. Again, let me know. I'm excited to hear what you all have to say. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Again, we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I am looking forward to doing that. So if you enjoyed this and want to see a lot more content like this, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and then I will see you all in the next video.